Here we are, week 1 with Dave's tiny tips. Dave, what are we going to be doing today?
Alrighty, guys. Today I thought we'd start with something relatively easy.
Good.
I'm going to teach you how to silicon your own kitchen benches or your vanities or your showers. Also, like, just doing repairs to them and stuff like that. If you know how to do it, you've got the right tools, it's really easy.
Okay, so what do we need? What do we need?
So what we need is obviously a silicon gun. We need some wet area silicon. Now you can either do it in white or you can do it in clear, depending on your application at home. If you prefer a clear silicon seal over a white silicon seal, we just prefer white silicon seals because we predominantly using all white goods here. So yeah, white silicon. Really important. This is probably the most important thing. It's a spray bottle, which obviously you can pick up from anywhere. It's filled just with water and just washing up detergent. Just fill it up with a bit of washing detergent in there. Like I say, you just want that real slimy consistency. So you can see it all foaming up as it sprays in my fingers. So that's it. The other really important thing is rags. These little clean rags. So
Clean white rags.
Clean white rags, doesn't matter what colour rags, just
okay.
just get some rags. You're going to make a mess all over your fingers. Oh yeah, first thing we're going to do is cut the nozzle off the end of the silicone tube. Just like that. And then we fold the nozzle in, if the nozzles are all come with the tubes, otherwise they're just a separate thing that just lines on. Now, I'll just stick that down there, Kylie. Now, I'm just going to show you, this is probably a typical situation that you would have at home. You'd have a tiled splashback and a bench top. Now, it doesn't matter regardless whether you have a timber bench top or a laminated bench top. Predominantly, if you've got tiles and it's a new home, you'll probably have a 3mm gap or something like that, which needs to be filled. Like I say, if this is an old bench top and you've got silicon there and it's all cracked and gone or mouldy and stuff like that, a nice way to do it is probably just to cut down through that way and then maybe get a scraper and just scrape most of the silicon out and then do this process that I'm just about to show you. Rightio, let's get started. So we do enter this silicon tube into the gun. And then that just slides forward, and then you just spring loaded. So you just want to pull it, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see, I'll try and hold up to the window. But as you can see the silicon start coming through the tube there. Anyway, we're just going to stop it there because the next step's really important as well. So we have a 3mm gap here. So definitely not on your bench top. On a block, you want to try and cut the end of the tube off to roughly about what gap you've got. So, and always cut it on an angle. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the angle, always cut it on an angle, about a 30 degree, 35 degree angle. So if that was like a 5 or 6mm gap, I would end up trying to cut that up a bit bigger. Okay. So, the aim of the game is to have the angle part, so you want to have it up that way, so the top of the point's facing away from you. So once again, it doesn't matter if you come this way or you come from the other way.
Are you left or right-handed?
I'm left-handed. So
okay, that's why we're going this way.
We're going this way. So nice and slowly, as you can see, the silicon's going to come out of the end of the tube there. So nice and slowly, all you want to do is just fill the area up. You don't want to put too much in there, but it doesn't really matter. You just want to sit there and make sure that the silicon touches both surfaces. So what I mean by that is if by happens and I happen to go out here somewhere and or I go up like that, it's like, oh no. But the most important thing here is to make sure that silicon is touching both surfaces, both this surface and the bench top. So we just push it in, push a little bit more silicon in, push this down, make sure there's no gaps towards that the water can actually travel through between the silicon and the bench top or the tiles. So it's really important that the silicone touches both surfaces. Just have a good look at it. Just get down, have a bit of a look down the bottom there. Make sure it's touching the bench top and the tile. And then we grab a rag. This is going to be our best friend, our next best friend. And we get the soapy water and we spray. Spray. Make sure there's plenty of spray over both surfaces.
That's a good trick.
Now the next step will be just to use your finger. Some people can, if you're really concerned about using your finger, you can also use a paddle pop stick. I prefer my finger because I prefer it gets a much neater sort of finish.
Can you wear gloves? No.
You can wear gloves.
Oh, you could wear
yeah,
gloves.
yeah, you can wear gloves as well. That's another option as well. But yeah, so it's nice and wet. So we've got water both sides. So once again, silicone's not going to stick to water. So as you can see, I'm pulling it along, and as you can see, it's getting rid of it. Don't go too hard because you end up with a big glob. So just stop every now and then, just get rid of the excess. So here we go like this. And just that little bit more, like so. Right, and then what I'm going to do is just, because I've wiped all the silicone away and then there's the dry surface down behind that. So we're just going to give it one more wipe again. Through there, just get a bit more excess. Now,
how much time have you got for that silicone to dry and that soapy water?
You've got plenty of time before you muck around with that for at least 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, 10-15 minutes. So yeah, there's no real dramas. So I use the back of I haven't got much of a nail, as you can see, but I use the back of my nail. And as you can you see the excess down there on the bench tops? You can see it all looks a bit funny. So you use the back of your nail like this, and it pulls through, and as you can see, it makes a very, very nice sharp edge. As you can see, there's still a little bit here. So once again, I'll just go over that again and just angle my finger differently and just pull that off. And once again, just sort of go over it with your finger, any more excess and it's done. And there you go. And that's a really, really easy way to sort of fix up any of your stuff that you want to do around the house as far as sealing works. So yeah, so I think most of you people at home will have this sort of setup at home, but for those of you that are privileged enough to actually have one of our tiny homes, we have a different sort of a setup here in the factory. So we have what we call like a V-groove panelling board, as you can see. We don't do any splashbacks only upon a request, but yeah. So I'm just going to show you, it's a little bit trickier to get the silicone out of the grooves. So yeah, so I just want to show you exactly how we'll do that. So we're just going to start here. Usually I'll start at the other end of the bench top, but just because this is a short little run, I'll just start here. So we're just going to get it in the groove. You're going to feel a bit more. Once again, it's just important that you get that V, that tip of that, the angle tip on the end in the right position. You'll know when it's out of the position because it'll just start spraying elsewhere. So another important thing that I need to explain is that you might have a really, really long bench top, and it's okay to try and do it in a couple of runs. Just for argument's sake, if this was like another couple of metres long, and you wanted to stop and then just sort of start again, that's not a problem. The only thing you've got to remember is not to spray near the finish length. So you would end up starting your spray from here. So that way, when you go to continue again, you can just continue in the old silicone. Like I say, you've got at least 10-15 minutes to play around with stuff. So once you've wet it all up again, once again, rag's your best friend in this instance. And then yeah, it's just a matter of just pulling it. Like I say, soapy water and silicone hate each other, which makes it a very easy job. So that's where I'll stop there now, because that's pretty well where I'll stop my water. And once again, as you can see, it sort of gets messy. So the reason why I'm showing this for those people that do have timber products and natural product, you'll find that the actual timber work in between a natural product and will either expand or contract. Most of the time it will contract. So probably over 12 months the fish and being installed, you might find that the silicon's cracked along the wall, between the wall and the bench top. And that's only because of the contraction of the timber. There's still moisture still in there, it's still coming out. So it's just a good idea just to go over it again with silicon and yeah, that's good. So we've done that now. We're just going to spray this again in that section. Grab a rag. So in these V grooves here, we're just going to use the side of my finger just to flick it out, just like so. See how messy it is in there? That's where I've been pulling it along. So, so as you can see, it all looks pretty clean there now. Once
Very
again,
nice.
I'm just going to, it's still wet, so I'll just run my finger along there again, just get any excess, and then once again, just give it another light spray, and then with the back of your finger, nail again, you can get yourself a nice straight edge along there. Don't have to put too much pressure on there whatsoever either. It's just a matter of just gliding your finger along there, and then I always like to just finish off with a very, very light finger, like that. And there you go. There we have it.
Great, Dave. So week one,
I'm hoping that
silicon.
This will help you guys at home.
So the right tools, silicon and water don't mix.
That's it.
And
That's
that's
it.
it.
Soap your water. Make sure you have some soap in there. It really does work wonders. So hopefully this will help you guys at home. If you've got a terrible bench top, a terrible bathroom that just needs reconditioning, or even just on one side to make it really nice again. Yeah, hope this helps.
Thanks, Dave.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.